Hi, welcome to Antique Quest and Harris & Sons Auctions walkthrough video. This video will be for our New Year Spectacular auction that will be going on December 26th and run until January 14th. First of all though, we'd like to thank you all for participating throughout the year, whether you're bidders or consigners. It's been a really great year, and without you we couldn't have done all this and brought to you these wonderful items. And today's auction is no exception. There are some very interesting, very unique and rare items in this sale, and I'm really excited to show them to you. First off, we have this nice plaster bust, very modern art looking piece, very commanding presence. It has a custom made heavy iron stand just to keep it upright, and it's just a plaster cast with cloth in the middle, but just a really engaging and powerful subject. Just one of the many pieces we have today. And before we get started, we just want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a very safe and happy New Year from us to your families at home. Thanks, and let's go have a look at what we have. And first thing, I'd like to bring your attention to this fabulous Nova Scotia chair. Mi'kmaq quill work back and seat, and in the quill work here, I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up on here, but you would with the photographs online. It says Halifax, and then it would be Nova Scotia. There's just two lines of the N. It's missing the crossover bar there, but beautiful chair. The consensus is that this was originally a chair made in Windsor, Nova Scotia. Has a bit of damage here and there and some unraveling you can see here, but what's really important is this quill work back. There's also a quill work seat. Now it has had damage, it's broken through, but a lot of it remains and it could be repaired. But just a fabulous early Nova Scotia Mi'kmaq chair. Oh, you can see underneath, I almost fell over there. You can see underneath where it's just broken through, but definitely a museum quality piece, rare, and just this plate alone is absolutely fantastic, so we're happy to have it. Now I'm hoping with me in the picture it'll give you an idea of scale of some of these. So we have a nice folk art fish by Robichaud, Mark Robichaud, Nova Scotia folk artist, and just with the hole there for mounting on the wall. Got a great Nova Scotia eider decoy. Very unusual construction on this one. As you can see, it's hollowed out. It has had its tailpiece repaired and re-glued, so that's broken out at one point. And it has been glued around the neck here. But just a great look, great early paint. A beautiful Brant decoy here. Unfortunately, unsigned, but just a wonderful early decoy in early paint. We've got a nice collection of Nantucket baskets. These are fantastic. The weave is so tight. This one with a scrimshawed image of, actually I'm not quite sure. It is signed though, and I may have more information on the website and I've just forgotten. And a couple others. Beautiful work, nice little baskets. Now we have here a piece by Louis Jeremy, and it is signed down here by Louis Jeremy, but it had been painted later on by H. Trask. I'm familiar with Fred Trask. I'm not sure who H. Trask was, but they painted it in Digby and signed the back of it as well. But the actual piece with the canoe and the frame, it's all Louis Jeremy. And we'll move down a little further. Okay, we've got some really exciting things here. Where do I want to start? How about I start with this old leather trunk? And what's fantastic is it actually has its original key and it's a working lock. But just look at the labels on here. You've got the Ritz Hotel, and that's a very early one, probably the first label on there, Paris Ritz Hotel. You've got some Holland America lines, Honolulu, Sydney. And then on the back, we have the Marine Hotel in Durban, and Shaw Seville line, baggage room. Just a fantastic look. Love that trunk. Next to it, we have underneath glass. It's not encased, but it has a nice glass case to put over top of it to keep the dust off. An amazing little PT-10 folk art boat. Beautifully made. There is a little piece that's come off, but we just have it taped on top of the glass so you can put it back on. But the neat thing is the full history of this ship underneath. Where it was found, how we bought it off someone that owned a service station back in, I don't know if it gives a date on there, but a good early piece by the look of it. Period, World War II period, no doubt. Just a really nice folk art model. It is signed down here by the maker. And it comes with that glass case. We have a beautiful little jeweled casket here. Gorgeous wood, sort of a wallpaper interior with a key as well. Just a beautiful little thing. Let's see where else we can go. Got a wonderful early sword here. Beautiful handle with the shark grip. Full-size sword, excellent condition with its original scabbard. If these go outside of the frame of the camera, I'm sorry I can't see it while I'm doing it. Interesting little sword cane, an old reed, which has suffered some chips and whatnot over the years, but genuine sword cane. Interesting piece there. You don't see too many of these anymore. But one of the beauties of the sale really is this original Kentucky long rifle, all tiger maple, beautiful brass work, set trigger. I believe I wrote down if that's a working action. Octagon barrel, ramrod complete. It has some early brass tack repairs here. Wonderful inscribed stock, and it also comes with the powder horn here. These horseshoe hangers that they had for mounting it on the wall, and the book, The Thoughts on the Kentucky Rifle in Its Golden Age, with a reference in there of almost the exact rifle with the same engravings and whatnot. That all comes together as one. And we have this wonderful heavy octagon barrel, early percussion musket here as well. Beautiful brass butt plate there, and trigger guard, all complete. And I'm sure this one, yes, strong action on that one. So just some fabulous early firearms there. And that one also comes with a powder horn. And over here we have an early Staffordshire flatback. I can't find this exact one. I've got a lot of information on early Staffordshire, but I cannot find this particular one with this particular coloring on it. It did come from a home that it was passed down through the years from a great aunt that actually was an antique dealer way back around the early part of the century. So interesting piece. One little nick out of here, a little bit of paint chips, but all in all, superb condition. And in the same collection came this small little Staffordshire piece here. And we have an absolutely fantastic little bronze inkwell. I love this one. Has these little gnomes. It's quite heavy. Bronze, not brass, sorry. This is actually bronze. Just a fabulous little inkwell with these gnomes carrying the inkwell. And then we have a walrus skull. Now this walrus skull has a tusk that will come right out, of course. Just to give you an idea of size, that's a big, oh, that one's going to come out too. Alright, hold on. Let me get these both in my hands so they don't come sliding out and break anything. Oh, lost a tooth, but some of the teeth are loose. We do have the bottom jaw with this one. However, there are no teeth remaining in the bottom jaw, but it is a complete complete bottom jaw. And most of these can be just, that we do have, like this one in the upper jaw, can just be easily glued back in. And so can the tusks if you'd rather have them glued in, but some people like them where they can take them out. But a really interesting large walrus skull with some great tusks. All right, let's see what else we have. Okay, some really great items over here. One being this beautifully carved caribou horn with the skull cap with the carved face, which is fabulous, and I hope you saw it on those close-ups. But the entire thing has carvings, narwhals and whatnot, polar bear there running around it with decoration. Great thing to hang from a ceiling. I'm just going to set it aside here for a minute. Because I'd really like to show you this model ship. Now this is all ivory, so unfortunately there's restrictions to sending it across the border. However, if there's American bidders that have a contact in Canada that we can ship it to them, and if you could arrange for it to be shipped down there, because this is an 18th century piece. It's made in Dieppe, France. Dieppe was a very important trade port for ivory back in the day, and they did do these sorts of ships. It's all encased in glass. It's in superb condition. Shipping, of course, will be at your risk, but it seems to be very well attached to its base inside there, so it shouldn't move around. But we have no way to access it inside that case. But a fantastic item. I mean, 18th century. Surviving this long, we just don't see these sorts of things. You know, these are the sorts of things you see in museums, but to walk into a house and see it is very exciting. I'm very excited to have it in our sale. It's just an absolutely phenomenal work of art. So that's just one of the many highlights in this sale. And some of these other ones, let me just open the case here and I'll bring a few of them out to show you. We've got this wonderful blunderbuss. Just beautifully decorated, Middle Eastern decorated blunderbuss, flintlock, of course. Now, you don't need any licenses for any of these firearms in the sale. We don't have anything that needs a license. Nothing here is restricted. It's all antique status, so there's no problem with you buying it, purchasing it, and shipping it to you. But a fabulous, fabulous thing. Really neat decoration on that gun. Every surface of it's covered. We have an early flintlock pistol. We have a Spanish dress dagger, post-war, but still a wonderful piece. We do have one of the rarest hunting knives I've ever had in here, and it's by Randall. And you just don't see the Randalls. And it's a good size, fully marked, beautiful condition. I mean, it's been sharpened like most of them have, but all in all, that's still got its length. It has its original scabbard, original sharpening stone, Randall marked buttons as well. You know, for those of you that don't follow the collecting of hunting knives, this is about a $2,000 hunting knife. You just don't see them. fabulous in the collector market for knives. Really, really excited to see that one. We have some other case knives and other ones here, and all sorts of interesting ones. This with the sheepfoot blade for cutting rope, being a sailor's knife with the spike for untying rope knots. Let's see, we have over here some wonderful East Coast items, the ships in a bottle. I've always been a fan of these myself. I think they're really neat. And this one with the steamer and the steam coming out of the chimneys. Some really great pieces there. Now we do have, unfortunately, but that's the way the law is, we do have quite a few items that are going to be restricted for shipping, unfortunately, but that is the way it is, and that's the scrimshaw whale teeth. Some are older scrimshaw than others, but beautifully done, and some good sized teeth here too. And there is some here. Just bring a couple of the smaller ones out for you. But some really nice work, beautiful scrimshaw on these. Those are all in the sale. And we've got some snake skins with a big boa skin. And the nearest I can figure is these were from a red spitting cobra. There's various ones in there, these snake skins. Interesting. I might be wrong on that. I'm not a expert on snake skin, but that was the closest one I could find. The other one definitely is a boa constrictor. And we've got a wonderful early globe here. Hard to find these early globes. It does have some damage to the paper, and it does have some damage here where it's been dropped, obviously, but just a beautiful display piece. I always love a good early globe. Let's see what else we have. All right. Now here we have probably the most important piece in the sale. It's an original by J. Allen St. John, American artist. Illustrated a lot of the Edgar Rice Burroughs books, but the image is absolutely spectacular. Inuit man in a fight to the death with a polar bear. Polar bear's been wounded. He's not looking very happy, but a good sized piece by a very sought after artist who sells in the tens of thousands regularly. And that's an original wash watercolor. Fantastic piece. Very nice surprise to come across that. I have a beautiful moose antler here carved with a bear with a salmon in his mouth and with the artist's plaque on the bottom. We've got a great selection of broad axes, various sizes. Oh, great big blade on that one. Early stuff. I think there's 4 or 5 altogether. Got some interesting bones here and knife. What else can I show you? A nice wicker creel. We do have, this is only one of 2 of our traps. This is the wolf trap, but they're new house traps, so they're all marked. And the other one is a new house bear trap, number 5. So very, very collectible again. And let's see, I don't know if you're up high enough to see there. Nice graduated set of copper jugs. A native tomahawk or club. Don't know how old that handle is, but the stone looks a little older. Could be an early tourist piece, maybe from the 20s or so. Let me just see if I can get this out. Nice early Edward Curtis, I hope this focuses, photograph, The Women of the Desert. But that's an early Curtis photograph with the signature there. And these 2 baskets here, the condition and the quality is just exceptional. The baskets that we have in this sale today are, some of the best we've had. Just gorgeous workmanship in these. really, really nice for any basket collectors of native baskets. And we'll have a look at the art. Okay, again, I'm in here for reference of size. Now these are behind me, so they're slightly bigger than they might look according to me, but we have a wonderful Fred Trask up here, and that one's bigger than usual. It's of Maud's house. It has Maud and Everett out front, and it has a whole slew of cats. It's almost like Find the Cat. So great piece, superb condition. Beautiful John Hammond landscape here. This is by John Cook, well-known Nova Scotia artist. And if I can get out of the light, because I don't want to stand in the light on you, we have this wonderful Anthony Law, and a second one down here. Really nice size works. The one on the bottom comes with this, which was the original frame that it was in, but the consignor didn't like this frame, so he had it reframed at one time, but he did bring this in for us. There was some thought that he used to make his own frames, so just that goes with for anybody that buys that particular painting. And we have here a really nice colored Arthur Loy. And this landscape down here is by Daniel Price. And of course up here we have a wonderful Harold Cromwell, a wonderful Annapolis Royal artist that did everything with a ballpoint pen, and just superb work. A good size one for Cromwell, and a frame piece rather than on a paper plate, which he was accustomed to doing. Let's see what else I can show you here. John Skeeping for Wedgwood, nice piece there. Another superb early basket, great dark color to that one. And I'll have to come around to show you that ship later. We have a fossilized walrus tusk here. Really, really old fossilized piece there. Another fabulous powder horn. I hope these are coming out. You can see them. This wonderful Egyptian Art Deco incense burner. Sort of a cast, I don't know if it's spelter or like a lead, but a beautiful green paint of the period. And this is just one of many fabulous bronzes we have. This one's a Tischler of a leopard cleaning its paw. Just a beautiful molded bronze. Weighs an absolute ton, especially for how small it is. I can't seem to remember this fellow's name right off the top of my head, but a Black Forest carved wooden bull. Look at the detail on this. It's incredible. His skin, his ribs, the detail is just stunning on this piece, and it's in superb condition. I do have his name on the website. He's quite a well-known German wood carver, but just an exceptional carving. The detail is mind-boggling. What else can we show you here? This wonderful little bronze bear salter or pin dish with this mother of pearl dish inset into it on stand. Nice early piece again. Got a decanter here with a silver Madeira label. Beautiful piece with some nice etching around it. Now this piece is going to be hard to show you again. Oh. That's the base for it, just to show you that first off. But just a stunning piece of art glass. Signed on the bottom. Oh. Get it around here. Stouffer Christensen. Unfortunately, because of the weather, and it was cold, we're getting all our glasses frosting up. But just a beautiful piece of art glass. And the idea would be to put like a puck light underneath there, and it really brings out these rings. Good, beautiful, heavy piece of art glass with some original paperwork with it as well. And I'm gonna have to move the camera so we can see the art on this side. Okay, this side I'm just gonna narrate. There's the other side that we just looked at. Because while doing the video, I found out that I lost this footage. So I'll just stand back for a second so you can get some size comparisons, and then we'll go ahead and tell you what we have over there. Okay, so we have these two large paintings by Craig Bone. He's well known for doing works in Africa, all manner of wildlife in Africa. Again, seen in many of the trophy rooms around the world. I have a small Clooney Mahar, Nova Scotia artist. A small but very well done unsigned work in the style of William Bremner. Christian Bergeron. Nice winter scene there. And above, another Clooney Mahar, slightly bigger than the other one. Nice little scene. But the main piece on this wall would have to be this fantastic Raven by Leonard Paul. Dated 2006. Sorry for the glare, folks. There's not much I can do about that. The detail in this, in the feathers, up close, live, is incredible. The photographs aren't going to show it. The video certainly isn't going to show it. But it's just a really, sorry, now we got glare as well. Magnificent work by a very good native artist. And a beautiful frame chosen to accompany it. Double matted as well. And over here we have another John Cook. Nice painting there. And interesting banjo clock here, which was a trophy in the 1932 regatta. Genuine banjo clock. And a very large Patty Peters native serograph. And number 22 out of 54. Really well done, and it's actually in a beautiful bird's eye maple frame. Quite a large piece. I'm not sure if I showed you this in another part of the video, so there's large number 5 Newhouse trap, muskox, skullcap, and horns. A nice folk art rug. And another nice native Inuit carved horn antler there. And the one thing I did forget to show you is this magnificent strongbox. So it has the 3 keys all working. Probably a pay chest, payroll chest, something along that line. Fabulous iron handles. I'm just going to move a couple of these things on top. Oh, it's like a workout every time you move that leopard. So I can show you inside. Look at these magnificent big hinges. There's the working lock with all 3 keys needed to open it. That's why I think it might have been like a military payroll chest, with the keys being divvied up amongst various officers and all 3 needing to be present to open it. A rare, early, really nice box. Fabulous escutcheon there. Alright, I think I managed to get the things that were lost in the other video. Hopefully I did get a better close-up of this fabulous work by J. Allen St. John. beautiful bronze ram by Gary Copley. Oh, big, heavy, superbly modeled, marble on wood. It's all signed. Just a wonderful piece. Remember though, it is extremely heavy for any shipping. But you'll find his work throughout all the main trophy rooms out in the world. A little painting there by David Suzuki, Annapolis one of the harbor. Nice little piece. We've got a few sets of horns in the sale this time. We have these, and there's another one coming up over there. Some little scientific things and compasses and a sextant. Sorry, couldn't think of the name. And a nice early flare gun in the box. Some really neat little pieces. I don't know if you can see it, but a very early nice barometer by Jackson. A good English piece. It has the glass in the back has been broken, so a lot, if not all, the mercury has run out of it. But it could be repaired, but just a beautiful early barometer. We've got a wonderful collection of cannons here. Several of them do have touch holes that would be activated because they do run right through. We've got a nice old microscope here. Another beautiful ship model of the Bounty, again encased in a plexiglass and wood-based case. A couple early whale oil lamps, Tinker's Tinsmith pieces. Got a wonderful cannon here by Winchester, actually fires a shell. And probably one of the best early models we've had. All bronze modeled with a working steam pump there. A wonderful piece. And these cold painted pirate bookends here are actually Paul Herzl. Paul Herzl pieces. Look him up. You'll be quite surprised. But a nice set of bookends there. So an interesting collection of items here. Again, I'll bring the camera around for a closer look. Let's see if I can just turn it and we get lucky over here. We have a oil painting of Captain Barr. He was a privateer, and the work, I'll just show you, because we don't want you to think that it's an old painting. It was actually done by Chung Kim in 2005. But it's Captain Barr is a privateer, oil on canvas. Get hung up there again. It's a wonderful look by a well-known artist. So do not discount it because it's earlier. And we have an absolutely fabulous Mi'kmaq basket. Even the bent wood legs are all chip carved. All sorts of curls on there. Superb condition. Let me show you the lid there. I hope this is coming up in there. I can't see. Just excellent condition. Nice large standing basket with 4 decorated bentwood legs. The handles, just superb condition. Again, I'm going to take you around closer. So I think what I'll do is that right now. I'll just give you a close-up view of a few things. Really nice detail in these ship models. Nice aesthetic wear platter over here. A series of Heike Wagner paintings. A good early Van Tassel Canada West clock. This OG clock, original finish, original glass. A couple of ships lanterns here. And behind there are 4 railroad oilers. I want to show you this. This early shipping crate here is for Jennings headlight oil. Water white, Boston. So you have to ask yourself how old that shipping crate is that had headlights had oil, and that's the very earliest automobiles. And they had lanterns on the front fenders which ran on oil, and they were really more for people to see them rather than to light the road. But that is one of the earliest shipping crates you're going to find still advertising Jennings headlight oil from Boston. Fabulous piece. Nice early stool by Bob Chivers. And we also have these decoys, all by Bob Chivers as well. Some wonderful Heike Wagners back there, some really nice ones. More down here. I got a set of locks and calipers, another whale tooth, some ulus, and a oil lamp stone from the Inuit, and a collection of Inuit artifacts and tools that were collected a long time ago up in the Arctic. Got a very interesting early thermos picnic set here. Wonderful early copper still, survivor from the old days when they were all chopped to pieces. Really nice early while I'm standing on it. Hooked rug. And another great early gathering basket. Oh yes, and I forgot about this. A really big Planters peanut jar. Big original one with the peanut on top. And Planters advertising in the bottom. Some funny early lithograph of the dogs waiting their turn to go pee on the tree. Some early ordnance and trench art. Some early lanterns, a good advertising piece for an early sprinkler company. Just look at all the advertising on this. It's not going to focus. You're going to be a pain. Oh well. Modern technology wasn't as good as the old stuff. Lanterns, really early litho advertising piece for Perkins. Perkins nails and various things. Anvil vise. It's got it written on certain items down in the lithograph there. Really early leather football helmet. Another Nova Scotia decoy. Some Royal Worcester tea set. Interesting painting on that one, very much in the Oriental style. And over here we have, oh, that's too much glare. Some early prizes in Boston from the Workhorse Parade Association. And you have 1907 framed in the original oak frames with the right up there. And this one's first prize 1905 with a nice early photograph of the workhorses. Some neat pieces. A very early 3-tiered clock. Right there. And these are large, just slightly better than an OG with the pillars on the side there. And we have another caribou horn completely carved, with carvings all over it. I'm not going to dig the whole thing out there and show you. Really interesting wood floor vase here. Fantastic figured wood in there, like a bird's eye maple, but really over the top. Just really beautifully done. And we got a massive set of ram's horns here. Let's see if I can turn them up to give you an idea with my hand there how big they are. Huge set of ram horns. An early swordfish sword with a magnificent surface on it. Again, that darn thing's not going to focus. There's too many other things in the background for it to pick up on. A really early ones. A couple of flags there. I don't know if you'll be able to see those or not. Painted, old painted flags, anchor. Just a really neat piece there. And we do have a little bit of military here. We have a gas mask. I'm going to let you see that in the photographs. An early US helmet with its interior intact. But we do have a really good early German helmet. This is the one decal helmet. And the interior. Let me see if I can get this out of so focus on it. Right as rain. An absolute original German helmet. Alright. Over here we have a collection of card club badges. They're mounted on older burnt out pistons. We have a collection of White Rock sparkling mineral water. Early set of 3 bottles there, all full. Got this CHNS Halifax Nova Scotia radio station bookends that sort of make a microphone together, like so. Good early Nova Scotia piece. And we have this fantastic Ojibwa canoe. Beautifully made, quite a large one. Complete with a basket and oars inside. Just a wonderful piece there. Another nice model canoe down here. A couple of old flintlock locks. Some Inuit snow goggles. Nice Inuit soapstone. A fantastic carved water buffalo. And this is all carved wood. Hard to see them tucked in there. A big large piece. These are all from a great collection, all trophy room stuff. And this fantastic bronze elk rubbing his antlers on a big wooden base as well. And we've got this beautiful bronze ram, again set on a marble base. We've got this stone rhinoceros, and these are all big and quite heavy, just so you know. He has unfortunately had his main tusk has been broken off at one point and re-glued on, but other than that he's in good shape. We have this collection of early powder flasks and bullet molds, and one of these is for the Sharps rifle, so that's a bit of a rarity. Speaking of rarities, we have a Goody golf ball hammer. It's for making the golf balls. One little chip in the end, but you can find that. I gave the reference for Miller's year and book that you can find that exact one in there. We have a wonderful northern ivory crit board with some characters on the end and some nice decoration of a dog sled team. And we have this Heidi Utila spectacular pottery gorilla. Big silverback gorilla. It's a large piece as well. And it does come with this framed piece showing how she made it. But he has great detail. And he has a great serious face. Wonderful, wonderful pieces. Again, trophy room pieces these are, and were, and no doubt will be. Okay, so a few other things I just wanted to give you a closer look at. And one is this book, and this is the first one that we have had that's in the Mi'kmaq language, the Mi'kmaq language, printed in 1857. So this is the Book of Genesis in the original language. Pretty interesting piece. Like I say, we've never ever had anything like that before. I don't think you'd find too many of these around, that's for sure. but there it is in the original Mi'kmaq language. And we have this wonderful Iroquois beaded bag. It does have some damaged areas, double-sided, of course, like a purse. Let's see if I can get that open just to show you. It does need some stitching, but a lot of the beadwork is pretty good. Nice piece there, and this fabulous Glengarry cap. Now this is, as far as I can tell, this is perfect. There's nothing wrong with this at all. Again, good early piece. Beautiful beadwork on there. And, you know, I'm struggling, but I'm not seeing any missing beads. That's not to say there isn't a little one missing somewhere, but it sure doesn't appear that there is. So just a wonderful piece there as well. I wanted to show you. Set those aside. Yeah, there's a wonderful little Austrian bronze rabbit. Really nice detail on this piece. Little inset eyes too by the looks of it. Unless they're just painted. Perhaps they're painted. A wonderful little piece. Hope it focused. And we've got some good watches. Again, most of those are better to see online, but this is interesting. It's an Omega stopwatch, and as you can see, it's working condition. Now the consignment came from a lady whose husband and herself actually were very big in motorcycle racing back in the day. So that's an Omega stopwatch, and it's Omega holder. And this was actually used by them back in the 50s or 60s, I think it was. I know they were racing early in the 50s, but I think this one might have been used in the 60s, and they used that for timing the laps. But this, I just had to show you this. Cartier bag, but it's a Hamilton World War II military 24-hour dial. And it's a 22 jewel watch, and all the information's on the back, made by Hamilton, and it is flawless. It's in excellent running condition. Just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful watch. Very rare, and for those that don't know, or you're looking at probably a $2,000 watch right there. Now, there are a lot of things vying for top lot in this sale of ours, and this is definitely one of them. This is an absolutely magnificent carved whale display by Aletha Macy, done in 1964. She was a Nantucket artist, and all of these whales are carved in ivory. Just beautifully carved. This is probably the nicest display of a collection of them I've seen. Other ones comparable would have them in a straight line, one right below the other. I think this one's much more appealing. You have a finback whale, a blue whale, a sperm whale, a bowhead whale, a humpback whale, and a right whale. And you have her plaque at the bottom, carved by Aletha Macy, 1964. And I believe with some research you can find out quite a bit about her. She was one of the early families on Nantucket, and just a very, very well-known carver. She did absolutely beautiful carvings of whales. Just trying to give you a three-dimensional look so you can get an idea. And with my hand there, you can certainly get an idea of size. Now, again, this is going to be a problem. We cannot ship this across borders, but certainly somebody would be able to, I would think, acquire some sort of shipping certificate, being that this is 1964, so it's pre-CITES, and it is dated. So, native of Nantucket, very well known for her ivory carvings, and again, this is something that you're going to see in the States in that $7,000-8,000 range. Canada more in the $10,000 range, but certainly, if not the best piece in the sale, right up there in the top three. I'm just going to show you a few more things that we might have missed. A few of the other things, some of the smaller things, some ivory walruses, an Inuit kayaker with the beluga whale. This is an incredible piece with men hunting a mastodon carved in ivory, and the whole thing is set on a fossilized mastodon tusk. There's some jewelry, again, better seen online. Rings and necklaces in gold. Some beautiful small Mitchell paintings, 4 of those with hand-carved frames. Moorcroft vase, an old photograph album, North Dakota School of Mines, pardon me, vase, and some other pocket watches. Nice bun special there. Some nice wrist watches. They're nice Birks, men's back there. Another Navajo pottery piece. This work came to us from a collection, and it's James Wilson Maurice. It appears to be an unfinished sketch or a study, but no further provenance than that, unfortunately. And an early Annapolis seal on an indenture. So various other things in the sale. There is some hooked rugs, some things like that. A nice crewel work piece. Actually quite a large one. I don't want to get it all unraveled, but various hooked rugs and another basket. Okay folks, I hope that gives you a bit of an idea of what we have for you. Again, all these things are photographed and detailed and measured on our website, and that's going to be available to view on December 26th. So please go on there. You can find us through www.harrisandsonsauctions.com, and you can also find us on Harris & Sons on HiBid, which it will be the platform that it's for sale on. So like I say, if you have any questions, please get in touch with us. A lot of really great standalone items in this sale, and that will carry us through probably until March would be our next one after this. So again, thanks very much for all your support, your patronage over the years, and we just hope that this is as exciting for you as it is for us, and have a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year, and we hope to see you all back then. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.